My name's Kevin Wing. They call me Kevin the Wingman Wing. Now, let me tell you a little bit about me. I was raised in Spanish Fork. I met my wife and moved to Provo, Utah. I fell in love with Provo. I fell in love with the surrounding areas. I fell in love with the people. I realized that Provo sometimes has its shortcomings, like parking and so forth. But I'd like to say I'm about the youth. I'm about bringing forward the youth in our area, rising them to the top to their full potential. That is what I'm about, and that's who I am. I love the outdoors. I also do Santa Claus every December. That's why I have the beard. So please don't judge me for that, please. Um, Happiness of the children is one of my key things that really makes a big difference in my life. Um, I hunt, fish. I like hiking. I like the outdoors. I really love the Provo River and the surrounding areas. The Rock Canyon is a beautiful place to hike. For all those who've never been, I urge you to go. Learn to fall in love with your surrounding areas. There's plenty of activities to do here for the older generation. The hiking is probably going to be your best thing to do, and it gives you good exercise as well. So, if you have any questions out there, don't. If you see me on the street, don't be afraid. Come up and ask me. Come talk to me. Come tap me on the shoulder. I'm here for you. I'm here for Provo. I have no kids.
Okay.
I've been married for 9 years.
9 years?
And sometimes it's just not in the cards for some people, but it gives me a lot of time to focus on other people's children and the future of our children here in Provo. Okay. Parking and transportation has been an issue in Provo for years. Sometimes I feel like this could have been avoided if we would have planned better for the future. Planning is a big key here in Provo, especially now. With running out of space for parking, the only place we have is to go up or down. So I believe that creating underground parking for businesses on Center Street would be a key thing for Center Street business. I believe that it would bring us back to our nightlife and give that business that Center Street needs to thrive. Our transportation, yeah, I do hear complaints that we have too many buses. With the new transportation system coming in, with the bus transit system, I believe that will get a lot of pressure off of our buses. Also, I urge college students to please take advantage of this opportunity. It's no worry to be on a bus. You're not going to be made fun of for being on a bus. It's a positive thing for our environment, and I urge you to take advantage of that opportunity. Parking is going to be an issue, but we will get down to it and we will take care of it. I believe that parking in the future will have to be parking terrace will have to go up. They'll have to be higher and bigger to go with our growth. We are growing. Our two universities are getting bigger, and we'll just have to learn how to adapt. But going up is certainly the option for us, and underground parking as well. Greater economic development in Provo. I believe that bringing businesses here, we have a struggle. I believe that we have too many restrictions on businesses that want to come here, and maybe we need to work with the council in relieving some of those restrictions. We've had a lot of businesses leave Provo, according to our documentation that has been in Provo's past history. The west side of Provo, for instance, we have a beautiful, beautiful buildings to be in, but if you notice, the storefronts are empty. We have to bring them back. So enticing them and making it a little bit easier to get into the business might be the way we have to go. But working with them on a day-to-day basis is going to be our key success for our development. Also, we have to give them something to come back for. We have to dangle something in front of their mouth to make them want to bite. We can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. But if I have a bucket of grain and I'm waving that grain in front of that horse's mouth, he's going to eat the grain. And after he eats that grain, he's going to be thirsty. He's going to drink that water. So we have to give them something that they want to be around. Give them something reason to come here. And with that, I have selected to build a 15,000 seat arena indoor with an equestrian area facility to entice people to come back here. We'll have concerts, rodeos, monster trucks, motocross, and so forth in these activities. This will bring people back. This will bring people in from other towns to come here and eat at our places, stay in our hotels, and make our development bigger. We have to give them something that they want to be around. We have to give them something that makes Provo appealing. I believe that this will make Provo the hot spot again that we've always had it been. It will bring people here, and it will bring businesses here. Retail will come back. Our businesses will grow, and we'll be on top again. I have looked out over by Footprinters Park. There is some property over there for sale. We'll have to purchase some more property from farmers. But I believe that it will thrive if we're given the opportunity to pursue it. I have never heard of anyone talking about this before. I looked at when they built the Covey Center. They built 700 seats. Why did we not maximize that area when we built it? Why did we not go up and higher, maybe a little bit wider, and flare it out for more seating? When we build, we need to start building for the future, not building for 5 years, but we need to start thinking about 20 years from down the road from now on where we're going to be. That's our issue, is that we're building for 5 years or 3 years, and we're building for the moment. We're not building for the future. And that's what's getting us in trouble. Everyone likes their Super Target. Everyone likes their Cheesecake Factory. Space is limited here in Provo. So when we bring something in, we have to make sure that we're bringing in the best to attract people and shoppers from other places. We got to make sure that we're on the high end. We can't just take in anybody. We have to take in the absolute best. Because Provo is the best. And that's what we have to think. We have to thrive to be on top. We have to think to ourselves, do I just want any business, or do I want the best business that's going to give me the best results? That's what we have to start thinking about. So don't think about just one little store. Let's think about the best stores. And that's who we need to bring in. And that's what we have to do. If we want to be successful, we have to think outside the box. We have to do the best. In order to do the best, we have to bring in the best, and we have to be the best. I believe that we could bring in a couple of these big box stores, but are you going to actually go support them? Are we, Provo, going to actually go shop there all the time, be there all the time? Or are you going to see a full parking lot and you're going to run next door and go to the other town and support that store when it's only 5 minutes away? We really have to think about the positive impact. We have to say, hey, you know what? They don't have one of these, so let's bring it here. That's what we have to think about. If we have another store of the same brand less than 5 minutes away, we're not really attracting anybody. We're just copying somebody's trend. Let's have our own trend. Let's bring the best of the best to Provo. I believe that social media plays a big part and a big role in today's society. Many other companies have chose to go with social media. I believe that we can keep it in here and keep it fresh. But getting into someone's face-to-face and getting in contact with somebody is more real. There's something about talking to someone face-to-face. I can put all over social media all I want, but having a connection with someone face-to-face it creates that bond. It creates that unity that you have with that person. So yes, we will use social media in my campaign, in my office, but also getting to that person face-to-face and making them feel like they're welcomed. That's the big key. A lot of our social media problems have erupted. Teenagers have taken it way too serious. Some of them have fallen into severe depression with social media. So keeping an equal balance is what we have to learn to do. We can't always depend on social media But we can depend on our voices, and we can depend on speaking face to face. We all ask ourselves growth. Provo is growing, but do not fear it. Fear puts us in a back seat. The back seat is not where we can sit. We have to be in the front seat at all times, watching and protecting our town. Our growth will come, and it will continue to come. But with growth, we have to understand that there are times that we have to stop and sit back. We cannot keep building houses if we do not have the retail to support our areas. The west side of Provo is growing, for sure. But we need to make sure that we're not pushing houses in there, house after house. We need to make sure that we do have retail in there available for the west side. As we grow, we become stronger. But we need to understand with growth comes more responsibility, more fire departments, more police officers. It's a hard struggle to juggle. But together, I believe that the Provo people can conquer anything. But we have to be wise. We have to choose our battles. And we have to make sure that we're making the right choices at the right times. Like I said, we can't look 5 years. We need to start looking 20 years ahead and making sure that we're making the right choices. We're not making choices for ourselves. We're making choices for the children of Provo. Whether they're going to be able to live here and prosper or if they're going to have to leave. I'd rather have them stay home and prosper and give them that opportunity. We have a problem here in Provo. Affordable housing. The average person can't afford to live in a house making $9 an hour. It's just not possible. We've got to bring jobs back that make the money. And I've thought about this. We all miss what we used to have. One person working in the home, one wage earner families. I know a lot of us don't like the fact that pollution is a big deal. But bringing back a steel mill and putting it on the other side of the lake, bringing back those jobs that make $18 to $20 an hour is a big deal. I believe that would alleviate a lot of pressure. That would give us opportunity to get rid of these problems with our low-income housing and give people an opportunity to have better jobs. Put us on the rise again. It is a big deal. But like I said, if we work together and work with our higher-up government in the state of Utah, I believe that we can conquer anything. Our homeless people. I've looked at other states, such as Washington and Oregon. They have built small house communities for their homeless people. What they've done, they've given them caseworkers and social workers to help them get on track, to help them receive some kind of technical education, to get them better jobs. This is an option for us. It can work because I believe in it. I've seen it work firsthand. It'll take some time and it will take some money. But in the long run, we're going to end up making more. We're going to help people start their lives over. We are Provo. We are the best. So let's create the best. Let's give everyone the opportunity to revive themselves. Most people get second chances. That's what they need. Let's give them that second chance. And let's strive to thrive and work together. Developing the west side of Provo. Yes, we're growing. As we all know, we're getting a brand new high school in there. We're moving from the old into the new. Beautiful building, by the way, going up. But with that causes growth on the west side. More housing developments. So I urge people, such as your restaurants and so forth, to take a look at the west side. See what's over there. See if there's an area that you can develop that gets you a little bit closer to the school and to the businesses on the west side. Right now, we don't have very much, but there is land to develop. And I believe that anywhere on the west side is a good place, as long as we meet in parameters and peaceful meetings. It is a farming community. It will be hard to develop the west side with all the farmers that we have. Farmers are prideful people, and I love them for it. They're the reasons why we eat. They're the reasons why we have food in our stores. It's a way of life. The west side has always been an agricultural area. Development over there will be hard, but it is possible. It is feasible, and we can get it done by working together. I do have contacts with some very good friends in the Kroger industry that are going to come back out and revitalize the area and see if it's grown to the potential that they've seen it to grow. They want to know if they're going to have any complications this time. The last time they came here to build, they met with petitions stopping their building. I urged them to come back out. I told them that they would not have that problem again, because I will stand up and I will fight for what Provo needs. We're still looking at that as a go to bring in Smiths to the west side of Provo. I'm hoping to meet with them and at least by the end of July, hopefully, to get them out here. I do plan on following up with them and getting it on the ball. The Provo Airport has been an issue. People want it to get bigger. Some people want it to stay small. After talking with an executive over a major airline, which asked to remain anonymous at this time, told me that Provo has nowhere to grow. It cannot become a major airport, nor will it ever become an international airport. We are landlocked in the Provo Airport. There is nowhere to go. We will stay as we are, a small commuter airport that goes to California or to Arizona, to Colorado. That's all we can do. He did give another option, and that is building the airport outward onto the lake, which could cost billions of dollars in the future to do. It's not very feasible. We do have an airport 45 minutes away in Salt Lake. And yes, some people wish that we could have it here. But we have to be realistic. We have to be truthful. It's just not in the books for Provo. We don't have the population to support an international airport. We do not have the population to attract an international name. Provo is growing, but we are not Salt Lake City, nor will we ever. Landlocking is a situation. But I believe that Provo is doing just fine in our airport. And if we have to do more gates and more terminals, we'll figure a way out to do it. But we have to work with the space that we have. And it is an issue. But when we have the best working for us, anything's possible. But I don't want to have to take land from people to make an airport bigger, especially people that have lived there for years, generations. It's just not feasible for me to put someone out onto the street and take their property to make something bigger. Isn't feasible with me. Now, if they want to give over their property and sell it to us voluntarily, then that's a different story. But like I said, we're landlocked. There is no way for us to really grow at our airport. It can never become an international airport. So if we keep it the way it is, there is a way to attract business to our airport. And that's what I said in the future was building an arena to bring in celebrities to perform. We'll bring in that business. Zoning compliance. Some people can say that it's a little bit out of control. We need to find an equal balance. Shutting someone down for a small little thing like a gutter for their area is unacceptable behavior on our end. Don't shut them down. Fix the problem. Move it forward. I don't make any money shutting a business down, ladies and gentlemen. Our tax dollars do not create revenue if they are shut down and have to fix small problems. We can sit there and say, hey, this is a zoning violation. This is what we need you to do to fix it. I'm going to give you 4 weeks to fix it. Let's go that route. Instead of just shutting someone down, let's take the time to get it fixed, give them the opportunity to get it fixed. Then we'll go back and then we'll make the corrections. But we just can't step in there and say, hey, you know what? You need to do this. Some of these places are grandfathered in, and we have to remember that. And we need to make sure that we remember that because that helps us grow. We can't shut someone down every 5 seconds. We have to grandfather people in and let their business grow. And then the new owner that comes in, then you say, hey, this is our compliance form. This is what you have to do to fix it. And this is where you need to be to get here and to open it up again. That's how we create business. Look at Brick Oven. Brick Oven's been around for generations, years. They're grandfathered in. They're making that money and their revenue for the city because they're grandfathered in. That's what we have to think about. We have to think about growing. We can't grow as a city if we're stopping people with every little tiny stepping block that we put in front of them. So let's give them the opportunity to fix their problem, then go back and then make our corrections and then move forward. That's the best way we can do this for zoning compliance. Let's not just shut people down. Let's give them the ability to fix the problem first. Then we'll go back and make the corrections. One of our other problems with the zoning compliance is housing. I feel if I own a house and I want to rent it out to people and I can put 2 people in each bedroom, that's what I'm going to do. We can't stop people from making money. It's a way of life for some people. If we're stepping on their shoes like that, we're destroying hopes for future dreams to come along. Like I said, this is a free enterprise. We're here to make money. I like people making money. I like people paying taxes. If some guy's renting out his house and he's got 6, 7 guys in there and he's bringing in $300-$400 a month worth of taxes, let him keep bringing it. Let him keep showing it. That money is revenue for the city. Why are we stepping on his toes? Now, I do understand there is a overstepping and putting too many people in there. But as long as we're following safety codes, we're fine. Look at a BYU apartment, 3-bedroom. You've got 2 kids in each room. That's 6 kids in a 3-bedroom house. So why not do that with a normal home? Let them rent it out. Let them make money. Why they leave or why they're gone out of business or why a military person has gone overseas. Why are we stepping on their feet? Get off their feet and let them live. Let them achieve what they want to achieve in their dreams. We cannot keep stepping on people when we don't understand what situation they're going through. Let people live. We want to prosper in Provo. We need to help them prosper. A new city hall is in question. But here's my question. Have we done our best to get out of debt first? Have we taken care of our people first? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. We cannot just keep moving forward without taking care of what needs to be taken care of. We have to find out a way to get out of debt first before we can start building new city buildings. We have to really think about this hard. Like I said, stop thinking 5 years from now. Think 20 years down the road. Are we going to destroy our economy here in Provo? Are we going to get in so much debt that we can't climb out of? Or are we going to get on the bus with the wingman here? We're going to climb and we're going to dig every trench we can to get out of debt. And then after we get out of debt, Them will worry about building your new city facilities that people want. But taking care of the people is my priority. And that is something we have to worry about, is the people in priorities. We cannot keep thinking the small box. We have to jump out of it. And that's why I love my event center so much. To bring in pure revenue to pay off debts faster, quicker, sooner, so we can have these nice things for Provo City. We can have new fire stations. We can have top-of-the-line police protection for our police officers. And we can have a new city hall. But we have to do something that creates pure revenue for the city. And that's why my event center is key. It is a pure source of revenue to make sure that we can take care of Provo, that we can get out of our debts, that we can stay out of debt, that we won't have to ever get a bond ever again, because we will have that revenue to do what we need to do in Provo. The vision for Provo that I have is a happy Provo, a place where people want to travel to, a place where people drive through and stop and say, man, I love this place. The people are kind, they're genuine, they're unique, they're full of life. That's my future for Provo. Not only that, Provo is going to be on the top of the map. Provo is going to be the best, because people are going to come through Provo and they're going to go, wow, look at all these activities for the youth, the adults. They have an event center that has stuff going on almost every day. They have an equestrian facility that does therapy for PTS veterans, for juvenile delinquents, for kids who have looked at the suicide ways of life. We're going to change life in Provo. We're going to bring a bright and vibrant future. And we're going to make Provo the best place to live again and again and again. But we're going to give happiness to everyone. When you travel through Provo, you'll leave with a smile on your face. When you visit Provo, you'll visit with a smile on your face. That is what I'm about. That's what I see for the future of Provo. Vibrant, strong, happy, businesses popping up everywhere. Our economic growth will be indestructible. Will be an infinite amount of power. We will be the strongest and the best of our abilities. And we will always make sure that we thank those who put us there, who gave us that freedom and that opportunity. And that is what we have to always remember. We're not here because we have a choice. We're here because we want to be, and we're given the opportunity to be, because the people that put us here. That is the future of Provo. Provo will continue to build and be strong. And that is what I see for the future of Provo. Why should you vote for me? Well, let me tell you why. As one of the candidates, I'm tackling one of the biggest issues right now that we have, and that is teen and young adult suicide. This has become an epidemic in our area. It's become a big issue and a big problem. I want to get down to that problem. I don't want kids to feel like that they have to be sad. I want them to be happy. I want them to live life to the fullest. I want them to stand outside, yell at the top of their young lungs, and say, I'm doing good today. I'm happy today. I'm stronger than I was yesterday. We're going to give them those abilities, and we're going to give them to where they can have something to live for. That's why my ideas of my arena and my equestrian facility is very key source is to helping these children, to helping kids find the life choice to live. Looking after a horse, taking care of a horse, getting that ability to live for something. But I want every person in Provo to live for something. I want you to smile at the next person you see. I want you to wave. I want you to be outgoing. Because when you smile at someone and you make their day, you're not only doing something for yourself, but you could be saving a life. That is what we are about. I hope you stand with me. Let me be your wingman. Lean on me when you're not strong. Lean on me when you're weak, and I'll keep you up. Lean on me when you have questions, and I will answer them to the best of my ability. I will give you everything I have. I will make sure that the future of Provo and the children of the Provo have the opportunities to grow and prosper. But saving a life with a smile and saying hi to somebody can change the way Provo can be forever. So I'm asking you to vote for me. And when you vote for me, I want you to understand that you're voting for the future of Provo. We're building a stronger future for the children. I will focus. We will make sure that the children are loved and understood. We will get to the point of these things. We will understand. We will be a strong, vibrant people. You can go to my Facebook, which is Kevin, parentheses, Wingman. You can look on my Facebook. It's just a bunch of happy people that we put on there. Anybody that lives in Provo is more than welcome to join. I'll be gladly to take you as my friend. But remember, Provo's just not Provo. Provo's family. So remember that for the future.